Hey and welcome to Dodge This, the channel that's all about things Guild Wars 2. This is Kaaboose speaking. Now first up, before we get started on how the Guild Wars 2 game is going on day 3, I need to throw out an apology because I messed up royally monitoring my comment section and I've deleted a comment that I shouldn't have, which is... there's no excuse for it, I've screwed up, but I'll just go over exactly what has happened and why I'm apologising, and also why the footage you're watching up top right now isn't from Guild Wars 2, it's from the MMO The Secret World. Comment in the YouTube section by kubalibre77. Now, the first one he put out was a bit offensive, so I removed it. Then I went to send him a personal message explaining why I removed his comment because of the personal attacks there, and his account was blocking personal messages, which is fine. I can understand why people would do that on YouTube, so I went to his channel just to see what it was about, and that was blocked for some reason by YouTube, and I thought, well look, if this guy's obviously trolling, so I'll just remove it, and as well as removing that post, I removed one other he did, which was entirely legitimate. I should not have removed that, and I feel like a complete ass for having done such. The user Secret World Rules pointed out, asking, will Guild Wars 2 fail? And then when someone answers yes, removing it, which is pretty much what I'd done, is very counterproductive. You hit the nail right on the head there, mate. You're 100% right. What I did, that is not on. And look, despite the personal attack in the first post, kubalibre77, you have my apologies, I have unblocked you, feel free to rage to your heart's content. The last thing I want is my comment section looking like I just removed negative feedback that gets put there. I'm all for negative feedback, it was just because the first post seemed like an obvious troll to me, with personal attacks, so I removed it, and then when I couldn't get into your channel at all, I just figured, well, it's just a trolling channel, so I just removed all your posts, which was not cool. Apologies. I assumed you were just another random troll, and as you know they say, every time you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. I'm glad to hear you're enjoying another MMO. By all means, chuck us up another post explaining why you think Guild Wars 2 is nothing compared to The Secret World. Just make sure this time when you do it, explain why. Don't just have a go at me and my channel. Alright, thanks. Speaking of The Secret World though, I have read reviews of that. I read a review of that a month before Guild Wars 2 came out in our local magazine down here, Hyper, Australian gaming magazine, very cool magazine, and it got great reviews. So yeah, if you want to check that out, go for it. Secret World Rules, you mentioned you wanted to do a Guild Wars 2 channel beside your Secret World one. Obviously this one probably won't be up for candidates now after what I've done, but if you would... I've had a look at your channel, there's, to be honest, there's not a lot there. I will keep an eye on it, chuck up a video explaining what you like about it, review the game or something, and I will provide a link to it in a future video. Just as a way of saying sorry for being a total forum admin douchebag. Alright, now we've got that out of the road, this is our Day 3 Woes. Now, just an update. Game will be launching, by the time this goes up, I'm guessing in 4.5–5 hours, assuming no problems. Alright, let's go down the list of bugs and things that are still needing work in Guild Wars 2, and let's start with the random bans that have been showing up on the Facebook page. Now, while some of these seem legit because the person in question was spamming trade chat, throwing obscenities at people, generally being antisocial, or because they've put a offensive or racial slur in their character's name, they've been banned. Basically, you get a 3-day ban, which is not good on a 3-day head start, I'll tell you that much. Sorry, not a ban. The word I'm supposed to be using is a suspension. You get a 3-day suspension, and then you can come back into game as normal, though if the reason was because your character had an offensive name or slur in there, obviously you're going to have to change that name before you can start playing again. But there seem to be a few people who've just been randomly banned. Now, look, I don't know if that's true or not, but there are enough of them popping up where they're not sure what they've done wrong, and they've stated they haven't been talking to anyone, and they've thrown up their characters' names. I don't know how truthful they are, but there's enough there that it's starting to... there's not a lot, but there's enough there that it's starting to look like there might be a problem with people just getting randomly banned, and that is not a good thing. I know ArenaNet have probably got their hands full, but that's definitely something you have to look into. There are still a couple of people who can't log in, so they're still working at that. Let's see, the guild interface is fixed. I can now edit the build queue. I can invite people. People can join. I can leave the guild. Not leave the guild. Sorry. I can stand down from the guild and then represent it again without getting locked out. The only thing I can see is that it's not displaying the upgrades we have earned already on the display. They're there. It says they're there, and they're obviously there, but they're not showing up. As you can see here, they're not showing up that we have them. They should be on a list here, but they're not. Anyway, I haven't been able to test to see if the instances are still bugged. Apparently you couldn't get into the Ascalonian catacombs. Whenever you tried to go in there, you'd get punted into a different version of it than the people in your party, which is, well, that's pretty game-breaking. So a big problem there. Joining other people in the overflow has been a problem for some. We haven't actually, any of us here have had any problems with that. It's not to say that it's not happening. I'm sure it is. I'm not seeing as many of those on... In fact, I haven't seen any on Facebook for a while now. I'm just looking at it now. No, I haven't seen any... people saying they can't get into the overflow recently, which is a good thing. Maybe they fixed it. Hopefully they fixed it, and that's why those have stopped coming up. Now, the trading post is still down. They're saying it's down for maintenance. However, someone pointed out that it may be deliberately down until the game officially launches, just so we can't get a head start on people with the economy, which I suppose is understandable. I'm not sure whether or not that's been done. There's no information released on that. If it has been done, well, that's saying it's provocative. I can deal without having a trading post for another couple of hours. 3 days without the trading post isn't game breaking. Obviously, I'd like it to be there. Inventories are filling up. However, the guildies and I have just been trading within one another within the guild, and I'm sure there are plenty of guilds out there that will be able to help with your trading woes. Hell, this is a good chance for someone to make up a guild just for trading. Oh yes, just remember, you can join multiple guilds in this game. You just can only represent one of them at a time. So basically you can have a character in each guild, and you can choose which guild you want each character to represent, and there's nothing stopping you from standing down from a guild and then representing another one and then going back to the other one, unless the guild master doesn't like that and kicks you for doing so, which I don't think they would. So there's going to be a lot of competition out there with guilds. I'm sorry this isn't a all of us speaking. It's just the only things that have really changed is the game once again seems to be running a bit smoother. The join feature may or may not be working. I haven't done enough testing on that. It's working for us, but I'm not seeing anyone complain in the general chat anymore about that being a problem. So that may or may not be fixed. I'm sorry, I haven't got a definite yes or no on that one. Trading post is still down. Guild bugs are fixed. There's still bugs in the game. There certainly is, and we're officially 3 days if you count the 3-day head start. We're just about to hit 3 days into the game's lifespan, and in those 3 days it has been down a total of 6 hours, which is not bad at all, I think, for a launch. And once again, I'd just like to point out, it is amazing that they are able to work on the game and still let you play it. That is nothing short of awesome. What we're planning to do tonight, guys, is cover the launch. We're going to be on as the game officially launches. We're going to see how badly the servers get hit because of this. We're going to play for a couple of hours, go test a few things, see if the trading post is back up, and then we'll do a video on how we think the actual launch went, how badly it hurt the servers, just for those of you who are still standing by, not sure whether or not you're going to get the game or not. And then we're just going to start making videos on the cool stuff in the game. Yeah, we've Mardu and Takem showed me a nice little tidbit in Lion's Arch, a hidden pirate's cove complete with traps, treasures, and all that, not to mention an awesome karma vendor hidden right at the end of there. We'll have a video out of that shortly, so look forward to that. Basically, yeah, from now on, once the launch subsides, we'll just be throwing in updates and how it's running, and just videos on the cool stuff in the game. Alright, this has been Kaaboose from Dodge This Spam. As always, if you have any questions, queries, comments, or complaints, you can send us an email at dodgethisspam@yahoo.com.au. We are playing on the Henge of Denravi server. We would very much like to have some more guild members with us to try stuff. If you want to feature in some videos, we're quite welcome to do some with you if you're a friendly and nice guy. Just join the guild, make sure you've got vent, and come and do some stuff with us. Alright guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
The ruins.
Vulnerable.